Hello and welcome to the Project Cars Touring Car Championship. It's round 8 coming from Donington. It's the national circuit in use today, so not the longer GP layout with the extra hairpin. You see there, round 8. Just done Zolder, Brands Hatch as well. Going to Nürburgring next. It's only the short sprint circuit, and then the finale will be held at the longer Brands Hatch GP circuit, so all to play for. But as you see there with the driver standings, Sabrosa with a healthy lead at 391 from Roger the Dodger with 321, but close with in third place BTC's down to 317, and then a bit further back is D-Man and his Irish teammate there, Chris Doherty, with 293 and 276, then Scuderia Sam 245, and then Alex Liddell missed the Zolder round, dropping down to 7th with 237, then Stu with 231, and then into the manufacturer's driving standings. A bit different. It's done by manufacturers for each team, so Renault, Opel, BMW and Mercedes. So Sabrosa leads the Renault, no surprise there. D-Man leads Opel, Scuderia Sam leads BMW, and Roger the Dodger with a very healthy lead there over Swayzer in the Mercedes category. And then finally in the team standings, Scuderia Chris taken over from Alex WK, who obviously just Stu racing for that in the last round, but Scuderia Chris leading with 521 from Big Bad BTCC on 509, so pretty close there, but anything can happen with 3 rounds left. And in 4th place JV221 at 438. Now the starting grid. On the line there you see Joe moving a bit. That's Project Cars lag view. Long hold there and away they go. Ooh, there's a big pile-up there. Lag causing issues with Cherryberry and Roger, and that's dropped Roger right to the back, so that's no good for his championship. But Sabrosa leads into turn 1 from Joe, who's lagged out ahead again. Looking with Loopy there. Oh, he's touched there with the Mercedes. I think that's Swayzer. Oh, and that's Loopy around. No good there, that's in his first corner, and he's been tagged by the Mercedes. We go to the front now, looking at Chris on the grass a bit there, that's no problem. There, you can go a bit wide, but Joe attacking Sabrosa on the inside, going into the outside. It's pretty close, and you see the Renault's pretty fast around here, but Chris stalking them in the Astra. Joe going a bit wide, getting the slipstream. Will he braking a bit later? He is looking around the outside. Going to have to be a bit careful with the lag presses, as he wants to put his car down the inside, which he does. Great exit there in the Astra, really throwing it. But the Megane of Joe will probably get him on the straight line speed as it does, but Astra's better on the braking. Looking on the inside, oh, that's brave. Joe tries to close the door, keeps ahead. You see on the national circuit, it's just a tricky little chicane, not the longer hairpin. This will give Sabrosa a nice cushion out front, even though it is only the second lap now. And just behind them it looks like D-Man 221 and Stu doing well in 5th. As we go further back to the pack, we got Scuderia Sam now. First corner, going quite wide there, he's struggling, and that's Lauren Alex at the inside. Going like that. Ooh, that's BTC's down, it looks like, going straight off into the barrier. Yeah, you see him back in there, just resetting the car, going back to Loopy now, who's making his way up the field. He's past BTC, Dan, Roger and Freegastel, so he's making his way up nicely. Looks like he's catching the 2 BMWs. Sam going wide, he's really struggling in that BMW. The yellow BMW going around the outside, so all kicking off this first couple of laps, isn't it, Ian?
Yeah, it sure is. I see Loopy recovering from a shocking first corner there, just all seems to go wrong for him, and doing a bit of recovery work here as you see catching up on Scuderia Sam now, but yeah, very hazardous start from a few of the front contenders, a bit of jerking about, but they seem to be on their way now. And as we see, Jeep move here maybe, yep, down the inside, and Scuderia Sam up in 10th place, just And as we see, it's Swazzer and Big Bird both getting in the battle again. And Swazzer up the inside. Big Bird both looks like he's going to hold up around the outside. But yeah, it's been quite an eventful start for some of the contenders.
Yeah, really eventful. Just look at Alex all over the back of Swayzer. Swayzer going a bit wide. Looks like he's losing a bit of control onto the grass. That's not going to help his braking. Alex around the outside just come together. And that's Swayzer around right in the middle of the pack. So everyone have to avoid. Looks like he's just clipped by Loopy there. That actually helps him quite nicely. But Loopy's in the background. He's off. That's affecting him there. Now he's got all of that work to do again as he drops right back. Well, not quite all the way to the back. He's still got Roger and BTCC Dan behind him. I wonder if there's an issue with those two. Can't quite see him in the background, but unlucky for Swayze there, just lost a bit of control on going into the old hairpin, and that was where it was with contact. As you see Sabrosa and Joe, these two always seem to be battling lately, especially when Joe joins in with the racing. Both extremely quick, and you can see Chris there just trying to hold on with them at the moment, but it's going to be tricky for him in the Astro with just how good the Renault is around here.
Yeah, definitely. Revenant's very planted here, although Joe still looks to be struggling a bit with the connection problem here. It's interesting to see how that develops. He was quite erratic in the start, and it looks like he's the same here behind. So we'll see how he holds up this. And Sabros at the front, just championship leader, just getting on with it. But
is he
off?
Oh,
and he's off. Yeah, he's reset, managed to get back on the track, but yeah, he's lost a lot of time with that. As we see, Sabros still at the front here, and Joe kind of recovering from that. But it was a very unfortunate incident after being very tight at the front.
Yeah, and it looks like old enemies here, old frenemies. Stu and Cherry Berry are getting quite close together, and they're catching D-Man. And last time these two were here, it was in the GT3 Championship, and it ended with tears in the barrier just to the right here in front of the pit. So they won't want to recreate that. As we look a bit further back at 10th place now, 10th and 9th, sorry, of Sam and Cronky, both in the BMWs. Cronky new to the championship. I think he joined only halfway through, and I think that's Sam diving straight into the pits. Yeah, definitely he's just gone into pits, but yeah, it's showing he's pretty fast in that. There's an interesting line there from the BMW of Stu. He's I guess he's just straight lined it. Must have made a little mistake, but it's a bit naughty. Taking out the advertising board, still ahead of Cherryberry. He's going board to Cherryberry. It's actually allowed him to close up, so it's worked out quite nicely for him. When you look on the inside, he's having a look. But BMW likes to go wide. I don't know how the driver's having to get around the course here, but it's not tucking in very nicely. So you have to imagine it's got quite a bit of understeer compared to the front-wheel drive cars.
Yeah, definitely. The Renaults are usually so planted around here. The BMWs take a bit more work as Stu kind of demonstrate their straight line in some of the chicane, but it's definitely not benefited them any as Cherryberry's closed right up, and you will see Alex behind getting in the party as well. So it's interesting battle here between three cars. So you'll see the various advantages and disadvantages for them playing out. As you see, Cherryberry closing right up close again to Stuart. Stuart taking the more conventional line through this part now, but yeah, he won't be liking how close they are behind him. Of course, his teammate back one car behind him as well. So
we're off.
Oh, it's not worked out for Alex there. That's he's off in the duck there as he managed to reset as we look at Sabrosa race leader. But yeah, that was an interesting battle there, but it just all seemed to go wrong for Alex there.
Yes, Stu will be a bit relieved because that's the last person who wants to battle with his teammates, and it usually ends in tears between these two in this championship. As we see Henry looking at, sorry, not Henry, Joe looking at the inside. Now on the outside, he's weaving about, trying to get that better run out of the corner as Sabrosa has to go quite defensively. He's a good driver. He showed that in GT3 coming up runner-up, and he won't want to be runner-up again. He'll want to get on with it and try and win his first championship, and he's holding on for the moment. Joe's a bit further back. He's missed a bit of contact there, and it looks like Swayze is just going out wide, allowing Chris to go through. But you have to wonder, will Sabrosa pit in a bit, because that's his usual tactics: dive into the pits if he's getting trouble and then try and win race 2, just get that gap out, say to at least 6th or 7th, so he can get a good haul of points. But with the way he's battling with Joe at the moment, that might be a bit tricky this race.
Yeah, Joe's definitely keeping on honest just now, and Ross was unlucky in the GT3s, but Joe also proved a very fast driver on that, so he'll be looking to keep the pressure on him at the front race here. But you got to think that if Sabrosa gets the opportunity, he'll want to dive in the pits. That's Scuderia Sam and Alex just clipping as one of them was coming out the pits there. And they're both off in the kitty litter there. So Sam just getting a bit tail happy there as he's come back, and is that Loopy closing in on him. Loopy's now caught up with Sam, so it's all gone wrong for all three of them really there. So it's Loopy on one of his recovery drives.
John, the inside.
Yeah, still keeping in there. But, it looks like. Nope, he's supposed to keep him out, but it's getting very tense between these two.
Yeah, really tense. Go down corner curves into the old hairpin. Joe loves the inside line, which is what he'll want. And he's got the lead. Oh, hard to tell there. Oh, Sabrosa almost losing it. Well held. That's allowed Joe to get a half-second gap to him, and that might be enough breathing room for him to get away. It's good overtaking, quite forceful, but you have to do it in the end, otherwise he was going to get caught by Chris, you have to imagine. That's Cherryberry coming out of the pits now. Where's he come out? 6th. Will Stu get him because he was battling with Stu? No, that's a good pit stop there. He's jumped Stu. See, Roger's up to 8th, so he's going well, but I don't think he's pitted yet. But that was a weird one between Alex and Sam. It's sort of, they both tried to go to the same real state and just went straight on.
Yeah, they're just fighting over the same piece of road there. They're coming out of the pits as well, so just they both were at the same spot of track, and it didn't quite work out there, and they both ended up wide. So not best for either of them, especially Alex, who you would think would be going well here, having taken the last round off. So a bit of work for them both to do as we look at BTCC Dan closing in on Roger here. Not so much them today, but just quietly getting about, and they're sort of mid-table as we're about halfway through the race. So getting on nicely here, and Roger, who showed good pace in the last round, so we'll be interested to see if there's more to come from him.
Yeah, not a good race one for those two so far. Roger's second in the table and BTC Stan's third in the table, and they're down in 8th and 9th as we see Cherryberry having a look on Freegsall, who's Freegsall up in 5th. Brilliant first race for him, in contrast to Roger and BTCC Dan, who need the points as Sabrosa's 4th. I think he's pitted because he's behind the two Astras now. But Freegsall, old hairpin, it seems like all the BMWs are struggling with understeer quite badly.
Yeah, it seems to be, but Freegsall's well positioned. Pressure's off a bit with him championship wise. He's just free to go and race. But he's got Cherryberry behind him, so it'll be a tough one for him. But at the moment he's in 5th. He's got Sam putting a move on Wolf here. It looks like he got down by the inside, but Wolf had the pace around the outside, and it's just managed to hold it for now. But Sam's still coming here, so tight battle here as we. Not enough are up on the inside, but Wolf's gone a bit wide now. That's going to give Sam the momentum he needs just to get up the inside, smashing the boards there. But yeah, that'll be enough for Sam to get through, and Wolf will be thinking again about what his next move is.
Yeah, be on the outside. He might want to try and get this slipstream unless he had a better run on the outside, and it looks like he might just. And that Astra's good on the brakes. Will he use it? It certainly looks like it. Oh, he's outbraked himself. He's gone straight on, and so's Loopy. He's joined him into the gravel trap. Will he dive for the pits into each other and cause a bit of mayhem, especially as 10th place Cronky could be quite close, as we'll see him in the background some of the shots.
Yeah, there'll be, as you say, a bit of a train forming here, so there'll be looking to get past the cam, but it's a bit. Stuart's got a bit wide there. Not ideal for him. And just look, that opens the door for Roger and BTCC Dan, and now Roger's having looked down at Free Gazelle. So it's still a lot to play for here.
Yeah, still plenty to play for. It looks like Stu just had to check up. Free Gazelle likes to go slower on the apex. It's one of his defensive moves, which a lot of the drivers aren't keen on. And it looks like he just had to check up, hit the grass, and there's a little gravel trap on the outside there, and it just snagged him, and he lost a lot of momentum, which is what she needed, and took him momentum. BTC Dan on the inside of Roger. He'll get the inside line, but Roger gets the all-important main corner inside line. Ooh. But very forceful through Free Gazelle there. They both go through BTC Dan saying, I'll keep following you, Roger, I'll take that position as well. So they're neck and neck. Just see how quick the front wheel drive cars are out there compared to the BMWs. They're definitely struggling. Highest one is Free Gazelle at the moment in 8th place compared to the other cars. And that's 2 wheels for the Mercedes. It looks like BTC's Dan outbraked himself trying to overtake, and he's lost a whole host of speed there. Now Free Gazelle and the fast BMW will be going around the outside of him. Not what he'll want. He might get momentum around the outside, but Dan knows what he's doing. Will he get the switch back? No. Keeps the 8th place from Free Gazelle. Sorry, 7th.
Yeah, definitely. The BMWs just seem to be struggling a bit in the corners, but on the straights they've got a good turn of speed. So Free Gazelle making the most of that. But Dan seems to have done enough just to hold the position. But he's lost a bit to Roger, so he'll be keen to close back in on Roger, because they've been in a tight battle throughout the race. So he'll be wanting to close back up, and of course championship rival as well. So yeah, he'll be looking to make the most of his opportunity here. As we look at Stuart Davis having a wee look down the inside. Free Gazelle not close enough there, but in the same car he'll be fancying himself to maybe put a move on in pretty soon here, as we look at him round the outside again. Again, not too fast, but going into the last bend here, it could be interesting. Those two. Looks like Stuart's just too far back at the moment, but he'll be looking for his opportunity in these closing laps. Yeah,
I think there might be only 1 or 2 laps left. So looking at the time, probably just enough. One depends what the leader is. As Stu looks down the inside, he's struggling to get past. He must be quite annoyed the first race. He was keeping with Cherryberry, who's now up in 5th, and he's down in 9th. So a couple of mistakes has cost him big time, and his 10th place Cronky has caught up with them, and it's a little trio of BMWs battling. You can see just how much more speed Cronky's got at the moment. And Stu looking at the inside, this would be quite forceful. He could have run Free Gazelle out wide, and he didn't, so that was good of him. Gets through in the end. Oh, Free Gazelle's touched the back of him, and he's not fully around. He's just a little half spin there, but don't think he expected where Stu was braking, and that's cost him 2 places. But he's still 10th. Still in the top 10. Headers good with Sam, Loopy, Wolf, Alex, and Swayzer, who you'd expect those guys to be a bit further up. So not a great race for them, as you see Stu and Cronky battling out around the outside. That'll be brave. Stu takes that tighter line and just shuts the door on the way out. He's not letting him through just yet, and I think we'll be going on to the final lap for these guys.
Great defending there from Stu's. Cronky was looking round the outside, but he just shut the door cleanly there and protect the position. But it'll be looks like Cronky may have got past now. Yes, Sam coming in and taking out one of the advertising boards. So the developers won't be too happy with that, and that's the end of this there. So. And now we're to race 2.
Yeah, straight into race 2. Free Gazelle on pole, but not a great start, and Wolf, who gets a straight block, good start right alongside, but Free Gazelle blocks him off. Who's that? Chris in 3rd place, going for it as another banner goes on the outside. Oh, that's Cherryberry, Cronky, and I think Stu as well, all getting into a little kerfuffle at the back, a couple of cars round. It's not great for them, and looks like one of the BMWs just getting a bit loose. Mercedes getting a bit loose there. See Sabros and Dan. There's quite a few of the cars getting loose through there. So it must be cold tyres on the first lap. And as you see, Free Gazelle still in the lead. He's doing well there. from the looks like Astra of Chris, then Wolf going up the inside of BTC Dan. Oh no, that's Chris around.
Yeah, that's all. That's Wolf and Chris just all going on from there. We see Alex wide to see her. It's a pretty frantic start again. We see a few drivers off, just try to get back on and recovering. But yeah, been a bit frantic start here. But as we look at the front, we've got Free Gazelle up front and BTCC Dan and Sabrosa. So it's Free Gazelle wide, so it'll be Dan and a bit of contact between BTCC Dan and Sabrosa, two of the championship protagonists. But look to have got through there. Now they've got Sabrosa, Free Gazelle and Dan in a fight for lead. We've got Free Gazelle around the outside. But Dan's
around.
Closed the door. Oh, Dan's going around there. It's not worked out from there. It was forceful. Dan just tried to close the door there, and it's just not worked out for him. He spun himself around, and now he's got another recovery drive too in race 2.
No, for a track you'd expect Dan to do well. Oh, and that's Stu off again. He's gone exploring through the gravel trap. You have to be careful. So I think it was Jason Plato in the Chevrolet that did that and ended up on his roof when he hit the barrier, but he got away with that. He's ahead of Joe in the BMW. That's interesting, and he's got the wrong car for this one. Might be just testing out for a future championship. But Stu back on the inside of him there. Oh, that's a big drift from Wolf. Very sideways, just getting on the grass. You see quite a few Astros here battling. That's Alex and Chris battling, so obviously Chris on that. Oh, that's Sam into the back of Free Gazelle. That's not gone well. The BMWs aren't treating each other very nicely so far, and Free Gazelle getting out the way. Sam slowing down, probably letting Free Gazelle through. That'd be nice. Oh no, I don't know if he's gone. Free Gazelle going into the pits.
Yeah, a bit of a BMW civil war there as coming through the final corner. Sam just unfortunately getting into the back of Free Gazelle, and Free Gazelle just taking the opportunity to pit, all things considered. But not worked out too well from here as we look at Alex and Dan just getting a bit of shape there, but he's managed to hold it, and he's on his way again as we look at Cherryberry and it's that Dara just and that's
Chris, I think. Chris out.
Chris gone wide there. That's not worked out for him, but he's come back on. But that was a crazy moment. Oh, and it looks, is that Loopy with you as well? It looks like Loopy and Chris have had a coming together there, and it's knocked them both wide, and not a good moment for Team Astra there.
I think it was Alex just tapping the back of Chris, and then Loopy getting involved afterwards. I don't think it was Loopy hitting Chris. As you see Alex now on to the other Astra of D-Man around the outside. That'll be brave. He's trying it though. Not quite as the inside line. D-Man has the momentum. It was worth a go though. Side by side through the crane curve. It's always dangerous because you don't want to make any little mistake here, because it would be a big crash. And Alex getting a bit squirrely there around the outside. That's very brave. Almost loses it and just gets it. Does D-Man come back at him? Alex defends, just cuts him off. D-Man looking around the outside so you get the inside for the next corner. Doesn't do it, and Alex got that brave move, but it worked out for him, and he's up to 4th after a terrible first race.
Yeah, very brave move, but making most of it. Get a bit sideways is must be on the loose setting there, but it's working out for him just now. You'll see that's BTC Dan up to 6th after a very eventful start to his race, so he'll be pleased to be imposing himself back on this race, but work to do still. But he'll be kind of happy with that. As we look at Alex going for the move on there, and Cherry Bear on the outside, and that seems to be done there. So he was taking quite a light line there again through the first corner, but he seems to be getting up to speed after a pretty rough start to the race.
Yeah, out of all the track he could have overtaken him, he used the grass. It's just what a racing car will do. To see Cherry Bear now using the grass, he must be thinking, I must be a bit faster. Alex going quite wide there, using all the track again. But you see, like I said, he seems to have got the hang of that Astra at the moment, and he's pulling away. But I think Roger and Sprosa, the championship leaders in first and second. That's Alex off into the ground trap. Let's go allow Cherry Berry back through, just cutting away. There's a nice bit of barrier there. And yep, Cherry Berry's back through. Ooh, taking a neater line. Oh, not so neat line there. And that's Alex back behind him. And in the clutch of D-Man, especially as D-Man looked like he had a better exit there. And BTCC Dan, he'll be looking on, hoping there's a bit of an error. It seems like, that's Cherry Berry going straight on. That's also Alex going wide again. That's not going to help him getting out of the corner. And BTC Stan had a brilliant exit. He's looking on the inside of D-Man, trying to brake a bit later. The Astros have the better brakes, but that's not going to bother Dan on the inside. Will he get the momentum out the corner? D-Man's pretty good, but I think BTC Dan's just got it. He'll definitely have the inside for the old hairpin. But will D-Man try to do what Alex did, go around the outside? BTC forces him on the grass. Is a bit naughty there, but well held by D-Man. Just absolutely lights the throttle up, tries to get the front straight again and back on the track, but that's going to put him down with Wolf, and here comes Wolf. He'll be trying to get him. I don't think, D-Man just covering it off, so it's not too bad a mistake, but that's going to be gutting for him, losing in a podium position, going down all the way to 6th place.
Yeah, definitely. He's looking to put the move back there, but he won't be happy with that. It was to see Alex and BTC Dan having a wee battle here, coming to the down corner, and Cherry Berry not too far ahead either. So disappointing there for D-Man, but he seems to we've got back ahead with Wolf there, and as you see, and Stuart Davis coming into play as well. So he was looking for a move here. So looks like he's down the inside here. Got the inside line. He'll get the job done there, and there's that Cronky coming in as well. So big battle here for the sort of bottom half of the top 10.
Yeah, it's a nice clean move that by Stu. Fair play to him. I always thought that car was orange and black. I guess I've noticed it's actually blue. Very much to the light. And Stu going wider. That's allow Wolf back around the outside. And see, Stu's going to be kicking at himself for doing that. And then his old mate Cronky in the yellow BMW's having a look at him. He'll be not wanting that, especially as it's not at the end of the race this time. It's midway through. Now back to the front runners. Alex just holding off BTCC down at the moment. It looks like he's falling back a bit after going off. Whether it's knocked his confidence in the braking or whatnot, but Cherry Berry definitely seems to be pulling away a bit in 3rd place.
Yeah, definitely. It's see Cronky coming in again, and Stuart Davis has got a bit of a run here. But the podium position seems pretty settled now with Alex, just not front. Yep, it's Stuart Davis again, just kind of trying to establish himself and getting another look down the inside of Wolf, but Wolf's kind of covering off there, but it's going to be pretty hairy coming down here. Yeah,
especially after a few excursions Stu's already had. And that's Wolf around. He's done what Alex did in race 1 and just lost the back. It's so easy when you're trying to follow a car and it just spits you off. It seems to be an issue with the Astra. It's got a lighter back end than the others, and it's quite tricky. And like I said earlier, I think a few of the guys are running the loose setup just to get it to swing in, and it's costing them. He's away in the old hairpin gravel trap. As we see Alex now going wide, very wide. He's off the track, and Dan's through. I think he got through a bit earlier on, but this is going to put Alex back into the other Astra clutches of D-Man again. So it's not going well for him.
Yep, good opportunity here for D-Man. It's not worked out well for Alex. You say he's on the loose setup, and the Astra has a bit extra weight over some of the other cars, so that won't be helping through some of the parts, because it can be quite twitchy and quite change of direction in some parts. So that will be affecting him a bit as well. So. But yeah, still plenty to play for Alex, although he'll be frustrated with having been in the podium places now dropped away again. And you see Cronky and Stuart Davis coming through. Cronky's pulled a bit of a gap on Stuart Davis here after being in a tight battle, so we'll see how this goes. But it's been quite an interesting, eventful race so far.
Yeah, I think good thing for 5th place Alex is D-Man just pitted, so he's down in 12th now. So you see a battle here with the two Renaults. Definitely, besides Roger being an anomaly in the Mercedes in 2nd place, it's definitely a Renault track as their first, 3rd, 4th, and then I don't think that's the only. Yeah, Joe should have been in a Renault, but he's in a BMW, and you imagine he'd be quite up there. But yeah, it's definitely a Renault track, this. But yeah, it's super close. There seems to be nothing between them at the moment.
Yeah, very tight at the front here. As you see, is that Cherryberry going wide here, and BT Sedan getting his chance here coming down Craner. So yep, he was he was waiting for that after the day he's had. He'll quite happily take that. But it looks like Cherryberry's coming back in here, not quite close enough. But yeah, definitely still going to be quite racy between these two. But yeah, definitely seems to be suiting the McGanns very well. You've got Roger up there in 2nd. But apart from that, it's the rest of the top 4 is filled out with McGanns here. You see Cherryberry getting a bit onto the grass, trying to keep up with Dan here. But yeah, I think Dan will be quite pleased with this consistent start to the race he had. And as we look back at Cherryberry again coming back, but he's going to be too far back for an attack to this corner. But not over yet.
Yeah, that was proper commentator's curse there. I think I have to apologise to Cherryberry. He said there was nothing in it between them, and then he gets overtaken. But looking back now at Loopy in 10th place, I think he's just trying to survive Donington at this point, and look forward to Nürburgring next one. Same with Joe Brown. He'll be hoping to get back into his Renault because he knows it's faster, but he's coming under attack from D-Man now. You just see how good the Astra is out of that corner, but BMW gets him on the straight, Astra will get him in the break, and you see it just closes up nicely. Depends on how he gets out the corner. A bit of lag there. We've seen that from Joe a couple of times. It's one of the issues with Project Cars, unfortunately. But D-Man's crawling all over the back of that BMW at this point. You'd have to imagine it's only a matter of time he gets past him, but Joe's a tricky character to get past, but you see just the acceleration of that BMW is brilliant compared to the Astra.
Yeah, definitely. It's BMW's got so much on the straights, but the Astra can close up on the corners with superior braking through the years. See D-Man even getting a slide on there, trying to make the most of it, but yeah, not enough there. But yeah, definitely it's going to be a tense battle between those two. As you see, is that it's Roger coming through, and BTC Dan with Cherryberry not far behind him there. So yeah, a few tense finishes, and that's Alex coming through there as well, and Stuart Davis.
Yeah, it looked like Freegaza was trying to unlap himself from Roger. That would be a bit brave if it went all wrong. And very assertive Wolf taking his line. I think he surprised himself there with the way he was weaving the car out, unless he's got no temperature in the back of the tyres. The D-Man's still behind Joe. Just shows how tricky Joe is to get past. You'd think D-Man in that Astra would have done him by now, but not quite. As Cherryberry takes the shortcut route, he'll have to pay for the rest of the grass to be mown the same length of the way he's going through that. Where's he at the moment? He's currently 4th, so I think he's fallen behind BTC Dan at the moment. BTC Dan pulling away a bit. We'll have a look at the lap times as they go across the line now. Slower.
Yeah, he just seems to fall behind there, and just struggling a bit for pace as Dan's just trying to make most of his recovery drive, having fallen down so early. Yeah, he'll just be pleased to be back up there, and of course Cherryberry was involved in that opening instant as well, so they'll both be quite pleased just to kind of be where they are, all things considered. Yeah,
just wondering now, looking at Cronky, he was quite close to the back of Alex, and he's fallen behind Stu now, so I have to wonder if something's happened to him, whether they just made a slight mistake. Obviously I haven't seen what's happened. Hopefully get a replay at the end of the race. Not sure at this point. We didn't get replays at the end of race 1, but looking at Bad Wolf now, he's holding off Chris and the other Astra. The Astra's faring okay, nothing compared to the Megane or the Mercedes, It makes you wonder why more people haven't chosen Mercedes. You see Sabrosa go through for the win there. He'd be well happy with that. As you can see, weaving, flashing lights. See Roger coming home in second. Probably a bit disappointed he didn't get the win, try and close the gap. And then BTCC Dan followed closely by Cherry Berry there in fourth. He'll be happy as after lap guns. Fifth goes to Alex in the Astra. I see Free Gazelle coming through and Alexander. Oh, that's a full send if I've ever seen one. Then Stu happy in sixth, just behind his teammate from Cronky in seventh. And then in the background, Chris and Wolf come across the line, and everyone joined in the after race celebrations.
Yep, definitely. It was a good result there for Sabrosa, and just see Joe Brown and G coming over the line, and now we get a bit of a celebration after that. After all the chaos of the race, it's just a wee bit final coming over the line here.
Yeah, and we haven't seen much of him, but new driver there's Shane at the end. First race did quite well. As you see, the overall driver standings now. After that was Sabrosa with a very good lead now over BTCC Dan. So after imagine have to be something really daft for him to lose the championship lead at this point, but we're seeing crazier things have happened. And then Roger now third place with 355 from D-Man. Chris, Stu leapfrogging his teammate there, but only 4 points in it, so there'll be quite a nice inter-team battle from Alex seventh, and Scuderia Sam only 2 points behind again, so nice little group forming there. Now to manufactured driver standings. Obviously in Renault we've got Sabrosa from BTCC Dan, then Joe Brown in third. Opal's looking quite interesting. It's pretty close between D-Man and Chris, and then Alex falling back quite a bit from missing around, but he's close to Loopy at this point. And then the BMW is probably the closest at the moment, as we see Stu and Scuderia Sam very close. And then in Mercedes it's Roger leading quite convincingly over Shane, as Swayzer was banned for a few incidents in the first race. And then team standings, Bad BTCC takes over the lead from Scuderia Chris, who falls second by 20 points. Then JB221 in third now, with 529 from Alex, and Stu in fourth place. And that was a very interesting, a bit messy race from Donington. And what's your final thoughts, Ian?
Yeah, just commanding performance from Sabrosa there. Looks like he'll take something to stop him. It looks like he's finally on his way to his first championship. But yeah, very eventful race, and yeah, look forward to the next one.
And if you enjoyed the racing, please consider subscribing and liking, and join us next time from Nürburgring. Thank you.